everybody, how are you all? I'm so glad to meet you again. Welcome to this new English language lesson on أونروا TV. I wish you will like today's lesson and get benefit too. Hello again. Suppose that you and your friends are planning to do something and you want to express your idea. Would you force them to accept it? Of course you can't. Sometimes your friends may agree with you and sometimes they may not. After all, it's just a suggestion. And today we are going to learn about making suggestions. But before we go far in our lesson, let's meet our friends Tulin and Julia. Tulin and Julia are planning to meet on Saturday. Let's listen to what they could do.
Hi Tulin, how are you?
Not bad. How are you, Julia?
Fine. I'm at the park. Where are you?
At home.
What about meeting on Saturday?
Okay, what shall we do?
How about watching a film?
That sounds good. Let's meet at the cinema.
Okay, what time?
What about 9 p.m.?
Why don't we make it 8:30?
Okay, so see you on Saturday at 8:30.
All right, see you then.
Now let's listen again because we are going to do an activity after that.
Hi Tulin, how are you?
Not bad. How are you, Julia?
Fine. I'm at the park. Where are you?
At home.
What about meeting on Saturday?
Okay, what shall we do?
How about watching a film?
That sounds good. Let's meet at the cinema.
Okay, what time?
What about 9 p.m.?
Why don't we make it 8:30?
Okay, so see you on Saturday at 8:30.
All right, see you then.
Thank you for listening. Now let's think together and do this activity. True or false? Let's begin with the first sentence. Let's read it together. Tulin and Julia are planning to go to the theater. Is it true or false? Notice here, theater. Amazing. It's false. They are going to go to the cinema. Now the next one. They are going to meet on Tuesday. Is it true or false? Notice here, Tuesday. Amazing. It's false because they are going to meet on Saturday. Now let's move to the last sentence. They are going to meet at 8:30 p.m. Is it true or false? Amazing. It's true. Thank you very much. Now let's remember together what Tulin and Julia say. Let's begin with these sentences. What about meeting on Saturday? How about watching a film? Let's meet at the cinema. And the last one, why don't we make it 8:30? Now let's go back to the first sentence. What about meeting on Saturday? Notice here, Julia wants to meet her friend Tulin. She suggests, what about meeting on Saturday? She uses what about to make a suggestion. What about? Again, what about? Now let's move to the next one. How about watching a film? Julia wants to watch a film with Tulin. So her suggestion is, how about watching a film? She uses how about to make a suggestion. Now let's move to the next one. Let's meet at the cinema. Again, let's meet at the cinema. Where are they going to meet? Tulin suggests, let's meet at the cinema. Her suggestion is to meet at the cinema. And she uses let's to make her suggestion. Notice here, let's meet at the cinema. Now let's go to the last one. Why don't we make it 8:30? At what time are they going to meet? Julia says, why don't we make it 8:30? And also here, she uses why don't to express a suggestion, to make a suggestion. Now let's read it one more time. Why don't we make it 8:30? Now from that we can conclude When people want to express things they like to do, they normally say expressions like how about, what about, why not, and let's. And we have many responses. We may agree and we may not. If you want to agree, you may say great idea, good idea, I'd love to, and that sounds good. And if you want to refuse it, sorry, I'm busy. No, let's not. Now let's read them one more time. Great idea, good idea, I'd love to, that sounds good, sorry, I'm busy, no, let's not. Now let's have together some more examples. Let's begin with the first one. Look at this cute girl and her mother. This cute girl wants to visit her grandma. So she says, why don't we visit grandma? Why don't we visit grandma? And her mother replies, great idea. She agrees with her. Great idea. Notice here, to make a suggestion, we use why don't. And after that comes the subject. And after the subject comes the base form of the verb or the infinitive. Now let's move to another one. Look at this lady and her husband. She wants to go to the sea. So she says, let's go to the sea. Let's go to the sea. But her husband doesn't agree with her. So he says, sorry, I'm busy. Sorry, I'm busy. Notice here, to make a suggestion, we use let's. And after let's, we use the base form of the verb or the infinitive. And notice here the full stop at the end of the suggestion. Now let's move to the next one. Look at these two sisters. This one wants to play tennis. So she says, what about playing tennis? What about playing tennis? And her sister replies, I'd love to. She agrees with her. I'd love to. Notice here, to make a suggestion, we use what about. And after what about comes the verb with ing. Notice here, the verb with ing, and at the end we have a question mark. Let's read them one more time. What about playing tennis? I'd love to. Now the last example, look at these people. Where are they? They are in a restaurant. Look at this lady. She says, how about some ice cream? She wants to eat some ice cream. So she makes a suggestion and says, how about some ice cream? But this man doesn't agree with her. He says, no, thanks. Let's go to her suggestion. Notice here, we use how about to make a suggestion. How about? And after this comes a noun, ice cream. Now from that we can conclude, let's comes with infinitive. After let's we have infinitive. And after why don't, we use subject, then verb, the base form of the verb. How about comes with the verb with ing. Also, what about comes with the verb with ing. And also, how about comes with a noun. And also, what about comes with a noun. Now let's do together some activities after we've learned about making suggestions. Choose the correct answer. Now look at these sentences. I will give you a minute to look at them and try to solve them. I hope you find them so easy. Now let's begin with the first one. Let's drink or drinking coffee. Notice here, after let's we use great infinitive, so drink. Let's drink coffee. Again, let's drink coffee. Now let's move to the next one. What about eat or eating some cake? Amazing. What about eating some cake? Again, what about eating some cake? Now the third one, why don't we travel or traveling to Syria? Notice here, why don't, then subject, then comes great, the base form of the verb. So we use travel. Why don't we travel to Syria? Let's read it one more time. Why don't we travel to Syria? Thank you very much. You did an awesome job. Now let's do together another activity. Correct the underlined mistakes. Also here, Look at these sentences. I will leave you for a minute to solve them. Are you ready? Now let's begin with the first one. How about go to the cinema? Great. How about going to the cinema? Now the next one. Let's having a break. Thank you. Let's have a break. Now the last one. Why don't we reading a story? Thank you very much. Why don't we read a story? Thank you very much. Now, my family is planning to go to the beach. Let's see what they would do, but after a short break. Stay with us. Dear students, welcome back. My family is planning to go on a picnic. Let's listen to them making suggestions about what they could do. Now, you're going to help them to complete their suggestions. Mom says, it's a sunny day. Go on a picnic. Great. Let's go on a picnic. Let's read it again. It's a sunny day. Let's go on a picnic. And the father replies, well, we go to the beach. Complete this question. Great. Why don't we go to the beach? Now, the next one. Mom says, yes, I'd love to. Ooh. Taking a ball. Great. What about taking a ball? Again, yes, I'd love to. What about taking a ball? Father replies, good. How about, notice here, we have pie, some pizza and juice. Great. Good idea. How about buying some pizza and juice? Now the next one, Mom says, amazing. H, a cake. Thank you. How about a cake? Again, amazing. How about a cake? Now, father replies, good. Move at 5 o'clock. Notice here we have a full stop. To make a suggestion, you should use here. Thank you. Let's move at 5 o'clock. Now, the next one. Mom says, I don't think it's a good idea. Why don't leave at 6 o'clock? Thank you very much. Why don't we leave at 6 o'clock? And finally, father says, that sounds good. Be ready at 6. Thank you very much. You did an awesome job. Now, let's listen to them again.
It's a sunny day. Let's go on a picnic.
Well, why don't we go to the beach?
Yes, I'd love to. What about taking a ball?
Good idea. How about buying some pizza and juice?
Amazing. How about a cake?
Good. Let's move at 5 o'clock.
I don't think it's a good idea. Why don't we leave at 6 o'clock?
That sounds good. Be ready at 6.
Thank you for listening. Now let's do together another activity. Rearrange. Look at these words. You are going to make a sentence. Let's read them together. Go. Let's swimming. Amazing. Let's go swimming. Let's go swimming. Now the next one. Visit. Why we don't Ali. Help them to make a suggestion. Amazing. Why don't we visit Ali? Again, why don't we visit Ali? Now the next one. About a cotton how shirt. Also try to make a suggestion. Thank you. How about a cotton shirt? Again, how about a cotton shirt? Thank you very much. Now let's do another activity. Complete the dialogues. Let's begin with the first one. Ask your friend if he wants to have a break. Thank you. Let's have a short break. And if your friend Ali doesn't agree, he will say, amazing, sorry, I'm busy. Sorry, I'm busy. Let's read it one more time. Let's have a short break. Sorry, I'm busy. Now the next dialogue. Ask your friends if they want to go to the sea. Now try to make a suggestion. Thank you. Let's go to the sea. Try to make another one. Thank you very much. Why don't we go to the sea? Why don't we go to the sea? Can you make another suggestion? Great. What about going to the sea? Let's read it one more time. What about going to the sea? And if your friends refuse the suggestion, they will say, thank you. No, let's not. No, let's not. Now let's move to the next one. Ask your sister if she wants to play tennis. Try to make a suggestion. Great. Let's play tennis. Another suggestion? Thank you. Why don't we play tennis? Can you make another one? Great. What about playing tennis? And if your sister accepts your suggestion, she will say, thank you. Great idea. Great idea. Thank you very much. Now, let's do another activity, choose. Let's have a look at the report. We have here many responses. Good idea. Sorry, no, let's not. If you want to accept, what should you say? Amazing. Good idea. Good idea. Now the next one. How about having a walk? We have here 3 options. Let's read them together. Good idea. Great idea. No, let's not. And if you want to refuse the suggestion, what should you say? Thank you. No, let's not. No, let's not. Why don't we talk again on Tuesday? Why don't we talk again on Tuesday? And the options are, I'm busy, not now, great idea, and you want to accept. So, what should you say? Great. Great idea. Thank you very much. Now, another one. What about a dessert? What about a dessert? The options are great idea, good idea, no thanks, and you want to refuse. Thank you. You should say no thanks. Now, Hussam, Ruba, and their dad are planning for Mom's birthday. We're going to see what they would say and what they suggest after a short break. Stay with us. Hello again. Now we're going to talk about Hussam, Ruba, and their dad. They are planning to buy some presents for Mom's birthday. Let's listen and read about their suggestions.
Let's go to Souk El Hamadiyah.
That's a good idea.
Are we buying Mum a present, Dad?
Yes, don't forget. It's her birthday next week. What should we give her?
How about a big chocolate cake?
Hussam, this present isn't for you.
What about a beautiful cotton blouse or a new watch?
Or a leather handbag?
Yes, those are all good ideas. Let's go to Souk El Hamadiyah.
Now we're going to listen again, but pay attention because I'm going to ask you some questions after that.
Let's go to Souk El Hamadiyah.
That's a good idea.
Are we buying Mum a present, Dad?
Yes, don't forget. It's her birthday next week. What should we give her?
How about a big chocolate cake?
Hussam, this present isn't for you.
What about a beautiful cotton blouse or a new watch?
Or a leather handbag?
Yes, those are all good ideas. Let's go to Souk El Hamadiyah.
Thank you for listening. Are you ready to answer some questions? Now let's begin with the first question. Where does Dad want to go? Let's go back to the text. He says, let's go to سوق الحمدية. He says, let's go to سوق الحمدية. So, where does Dad want to go? He wants to go to سوق الحمدية. Again, where does Dad want to go? He wants to go to سوق الحمدية. Now the next question. What is Ruba's idea? What is Ruba's idea? She says, what about a beautiful cotton blouse or a new watch? So, what is Ruba's idea? She wants to buy a beautiful cotton blouse or a new watch. Now the third question. What is Husam's idea? What is Husam's idea? He says, or a leather handbag. So, what is Husam's idea? He wants to buy a leather handbag. Thank you very much. Now let's do together another activity. Complete the sentences with these words. Now let's read these words together. About, how, let's, and why. Let's begin with the first sentence. What? A new leather football. Thank you. What about? What about a new leather football? Now, the next one. Don't we buy her a new watch? Notice here, don't. Thank you. Why don't we buy her a new watch? Let's read it one more time. Why don't we buy her a new watch? Now the next one. What? A beautiful box. Great. What about a beautiful box? What about a beautiful box? Now the next one. Buy a new cotton skirt. And notice here we have a full stop. Great. Let's buy a new cotton skirt. Now let's read it again. Let's buy a new cotton skirt. Again, let's buy a new cotton skirt. Now let's move to the next one. About a nice vase. Great. How about a nice vase? Now let's read it one more time. How about a nice vase? Now, we've reached the end of our lesson, but we still have one more task. Plan with your friends for a visit to Egypt. Again, plan with your friends for a visit to Egypt. Write down some suggestions you can do there. Now let's read it one more time. Write down some suggestions you can do there. You may say, let's go to the pyramids. How about visiting Luxor? Or what about sailing in the Nile? Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.